I wanted to do some quick T-Mobile testing in a random neighborhood this morning and kind of see how the capacity and the throughput is still holding up for T-Mobile. And as you can see, still looks to be holding up just fine. Looks like they may actually be able to add some more home internet customers here in this neighborhood. I'm roughly about close to a mile away from the site, and it's still holding up quite nice. So this is what I've seen more of throughout the city, that there's more capacity to be filled or monetized, as the carriers would say. And I know for us tech enthusiasts and power users, we want these speeds to be like you see it here. You want that 300-400 megabits a second. But for the carriers themselves, after making the robust investment in the spectrum and then deploying it and adding all the backhaul, they need to monetize as much as they can of this capacity, right? Throughout LTE, as the carriers got faster and the data speeds picked up and densification and small cells started being added in, what did the carriers do? They went right after big MVNO deals to fill up that capacity. So these companies got onto the networks of Verizon and AT&T, and then they started distributing cell phones and wireless services on their respective networks. And that, of course, costs that MVNO money, and Verizon and AT&T make revenue from that. And same with T-Mobile here. They have home internet that they can monetize on in these neighborhoods in a big way. And then, of course, there's also some wholesale MVNO deals that T-Mobile can strike to also fill that capacity. But over time, if you are still seeing speeds as fast as this, maybe faster, that is more of a negative towards the carrier, because that likely means they're not able to fill that capacity as quickly and as much as they would have liked. Now, I'm not saying that they should fill it to the point of congestion, but if you're getting speeds as high as this, that was a worry in LTE as well. In some cases, AT&T did have the backhaul and the spectrum on LTE to push these kinds of speeds that you're seeing here on screen, close to 400 megabits a second. And they needed to capitalize on that, because beyond the smartphone, the consumer was never going to use all that capacity to begin with. So now what do? Do you just leave that capacity on air, that massive throughput, or do you fill it with, MVNOs and whatever else is available to be monetized, right? So now in this 5G era, there's more of this happening, way more of this happening across the board. Averages are averaging out at 200-300 megabits a second. In some cases, some neighborhoods and sectors have much more extra capacity for usage. And as you can see, this is quite consistent. So now home internet is going to be a big player in this monetization. T-Mobile is doing it more controlled. Verizon is actually building small cells in these neighborhoods. So they're actually really building a broadband network, so to speak, right? T-Mobile is using their existing grid and they're throwing extra spectrum on it, which is allowing them extra capacity. But eventually that sector is going to fill up quite quickly. So then they cut off the portal, as I've said in previous videos. Verizon will continue growing in those neighborhoods because they have offloading small cells and millimeter wave to handle that additional traffic if more people do want to sign up for the service. So as you can see, after this continuous testing, T-Mobile holding up, likely more room for home internet customers to get on board. Also more smartphone users as well. So this is good to see. We'll see how this goes down the road another year or two from now. I'm sure home internet will need more time for penetration and to gain perception. Word of mouth is going to help. More marketing is going to help with that. But for now, good to see that the speeds are holding up. I did see during peak hours, which is normally 5, 6 at night, it doesn't drop off much more than what you're seeing here. It'll go from like maybe 400 down to like 330, 350. So this is definitely good to see. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.